Hello everybody, it's Foy Productions here. Today we're starting a brand new series and we'll be doing it in Empire Total War Darthmod. Now if you don't know what Darthmod is, I'll leave a link in the description below to the, download page. What this mod does is it basically generally improves the game. It gives better AI, it gives better campaign, maps, effects, sounds, and all that happy BS. Now the great part about this mod is that again, it just improves everything so much better than the default game, so it's a lot better to play, and it's a lot, more fun to play. I also created a lot of mods. He did most for Total War games. I know he made one for Empire Total War. I know he made one for Napoleon Total War. I'm not sure after that, but I know he made them for those two, but I'll leave the one for Empire in the description. So today we'll be playing a special campaign, The Road to Independence. We're going to start in 1607 in the Jamestown colony and work our way up to a new nation, to where we will fight till, at least 1800, if not 1820, somewhere around there, just so we can get as far into America as it possibly let us. Now, we're going to play on normal because the settings are best on normal is what I've heard. Hard maybe, but we're going to play on normal. And we're going to start episode 1, the Jamestown colony. And I don't think it's going to be an episode per. It might be. I'm not sure exactly how long. I think the first one's a little bit shorter, but depending, I don't know. Anyways, so, now that we got it selected and we're ready to go, let's get this thing started. What's really great about this game is your little quotes at the bottom. I love that. You can sit and read them while you're waiting for this to load. Alright, well, when it's done loading here, I'll shut up and let the cutscene play.
Our war on British tyranny begins tonight. In Boston, brave men fight for the right to govern themselves. Tonight, we fight for freedom. As I bear witness to the sacrifice of this generation, I take great comfort in the memory of our forefathers. Those pioneering men who traveled to these shores seeking a new life. Like the intrepid Captain John Smith and his fellow settlers, we too seek a new world. Not only for ourselves, but for future generations of Americans. As I look back on their endeavors, at the unknown dangers that awaited the pioneers over every rise and behind every tree, I am reminded that I play but a small part in a much greater story.
All right. Here we go. Perfect.
Fire! Ready yourselves, men.
I apologize for the game delay. Sound delay. It kind of does that. There we go. So, here we are. We have our. Yep. Have our Jamestown settlers and our John Smith's band, but 2 Jamestown settlers. What's really cool is that it improves the effects where the smoke lingers from the musket fire. Gives it new sounds too. This makes everything look so much better. So I don't know why this John Smith's band isn't firing. I don't necessarily believe firing into your own back, but we've got to. We want to win this. I mean, we are gonna. I don't really know what the story is, but I believe we do win anyways. So I apologize if the music went to the left ear. Again, some of these things are just game glitches I can't really help. Got our chief. I'm not even going to attempt to pronounce that. That's just going to get me in trouble. So right now we got a good number of people fighting. Our left flank's a bit overrun here. We are winning slightly. But we're still kind of getting a little overrun here. Yeah, this is the first time I've actually seen the chief come down, so we're not doing well by a lot. We are losing quite a few men here. Uh-oh. John Smith's band. This isn't good. It's isn't a great start to our whole campaign here. I actually don't know whether you can lose this or not. To be honest with you, I've won this just about every time. This may be the first time I've lost this. Or actually, no, never mind. It's all good. No, alright. So we got this. We're Englishmen. We're tough. Okay, we got the chief. So if we... Well, we didn't get the chief if we got, you know, one of his guard or something. Okay, now they're all breaking. We did lose quite a bit of men. I mean, this unit had 40 men. Now it's down to 12. Alright, cool. Close victory. So let's see. I deployed 105 and lost 51. And he deployed 198 and I got 85. Let's see. Who the highest killed? This unit of Jamestown settlers killed 39 men. Cool. So yeah, you'll see a lot of these loading screens. I don't think I'll cut these ones, the loading screens out, but I think what I will cut out is the turns as more nations start to pop up. Now in the beginning here it'll be like 2, us and the Indians. Oh, I'll shut up now.
From the very beginning, there have been hardships, irreplaceable losses. Brothers, fathers, sons lost to war, famine, and disease. And yet our forefathers endured, refusing to give up on the one thing they all believed in so fervently: freedom. Those brave men built a future from an inhospitable land, taming it and making it their own. But the wild land was not the only threat. The natives were a constant menace.
I apologize for this really weird looking screen. I'm seeing it too. This is, again, the first time this has happened. Terrific.
It became obvious that until
Okay, so we have to just settle Jamestown. I'm sorry, I have to skip that.
You must lead the early settlers to establish Jamestown as a safe and prosperous settlement in this dangerous new world. From time to time, the British government will issue various missions to perform. As you complete these missions, the wealth and security of Jamestown will improve, and your influence throughout the whole of the new world will expand. Having survived the immediate threat posed by the native tribes, your settlers have already
Okay, so bitch says basically just follow the missions, expand the colony. Now again, I apologize for skipping that little animation and backstory, but that's, again, the first time that happened. I don't know if you saw it, but on my screen it was kind of overlaid and some things froze up. I didn't want to, you know, have anything hurt, so I just kind of skipped it, so I'm sorry. You can play this, you can actually buy this game. I'll leave also the Steam link to buy this game if you really want it. It's a really great game. I have over 200 hours this game. Shows you what kind of a loser.
The capital of the region of Virginia. The review panel at the bottom of the screen.
Yeah, I know how to play. This is okay. By the way, this is also kind of a tutorial to the game if you're new. So yeah, let's build some. Let's see, how much is it for recruitment? Okay, I can't recruit anything anyway, so let's just build better farms.
Message box will inform.
Shut up. Okay, so we can't do anything government-wise. We can't recruit anything. We can only build farms. Shut up. I'm sorry, this isn't going to be exactly like a tutorial, like I'll let everything... I'm going to, you know, read some things. I'll do, you know, read the important stuff. But these little advisor boxes are kind of annoying. Really, they're only there if you played the game never. Like you've never played the game and you need help. But besides that, they're just a nuisance, so I'm going to let them go. Alright, let's end the turn. Like I said, it's only us right now, so we can do stuff. Alright, mission successful. Construct a building. Got 500 gold in our treasuries. Got 4,000. A new port has emerged in Yorktown, Virginia. And our new mission is construct a fishery. And we unlock Chapter 2 by doing that. Okay, so we should probably, let's see, these are, okay, militia. Okay, these colonial militia are better.
A unit into the recruitment queue.
Okay, we can't check cotton or tobacco. I think what we'll do is we'll end 2 turns here.
New units have been recruited.
Yep, new units have been recruited. I think this is kind of the best time to get troops and whatnot stocked up, because upkeep's not really a thing right now. So it's better for us. Anyway, let's construct the fishery like they want. Oh, also, we should probably save. United States Darthmod play through. Okay. I know I'm a moron, so I think I spelled that correctly. Alright. Let's take 2 turns, so let's... And like I said, with taxes and whatnot, or just collection, you get money. And it is very, very important in this game to manage what you're spending on military, the army, navy, and all this other little crap, including building costs and all this. So, how many that's 4? Okay. I think I'll stick one more in there for home guard. Alright, so.
Oh, you have successfully built a peasant farm and local fishery in the Jamestown region. Jamestown should now grow and prosper, so it's time to deal with the threat from local native tribes. Your next compulsory mission is to capture the village of Werowakamoko, deep into unknown territory to the northeast.
Alright. So, time to do what we do best. Steal. Okay, so there's a reason why in those short turns when I pretty much had unlimited money and no taxes, I recruited some army. Because right now,
the highlight.
These guys are okay, these guys are okay. But I like these colonial militia. They're more kind of the army, and these are more the defenders. And you do have a movement range. Now, in Darthmod, it's greatly expanded. Both the army and navy movement ranges are completely bigger. And it's great. In the default game, they're quite small, which is, I'm going to leave these guys. Even though they're experienced, we need some home guard. Shut up. Anyway. So yeah, the movement range is greatly expanded. However, I usually play, when I'm doing it casual, I play with the cheat engine as well as this on, so I can basically just have a fun, carefree game. But this, you have to really plan out your movements, because once you move there, that's it. So, move here, and you can press space to speed it up. And now we do have the Powhatan Confederacy. If you ever watched Pocahontas, the Powhatans may sound familiar. So yeah, we can't really do anything with this. We're currently 100% Protestant. Our population is shrinking, and we're not growing very much. But that's fine. We don't have to worry about that. Time to siege. So, you can also auto-save, or well, you can do this. So you can auto-resolve this. You can assault, continue siege, demand surrender. Surrender refused. So, now, if it's now I'm outnumbered in this, but I have more because they don't have any musketmen. So I'm going to play this battle. Now, I will try and play every battle throughout this game, except when it's going to be like I have overwhelming odds, and I know I'm going to win. Like it's, say, 4,000 to 100 men. I mean, I'm not going to bother with that. That's just a stupid, that's stupid. Why would I do that? So I'm going to, play every major battle. Keep the minor ones, away. Okay, so this is also kind of the point of Total War. If you've never played Empire, never played any Total War game, is you get the idea, or you get to assume the command of, the commander. You get to move the troops around, which is really cool, especially in this time period. So we can put John Smith up here, because that's kind of where I want him. We'll make his unit do some weird things here. But we do want these guys over here, and these 3 guys can form a big line over here, and the deployment. Now, in this particular, we do want to keep the hill up here. This is what I want to defend. Now, granted, it's not exactly a great hill, but it's fine. So, there's our intrepid Captain John Smith, here to bravely lead the colonists to conquer the world. These guys are really cool because they have the iron breastplates and cool hats. Iron hats. Or helmets, I guess, depending on what you want to use, that everyone had during this time period. Okay, so, this is also kind of the cool thing. You get to assume the role of, again, a commander. So, we're going to line up our 3 units here, tell them to run. Going to try and flank them here, or at least get a flank going. And they'll run. And you do have, wind status, they're tired or not. Again, the great part about fighting in these early years is that the Indians are completely, we have guns and they don't, so they're completely just screwed. I like seeing the first volley out. And see, they actually, die. And this mod, they actually had some blood, which is interesting. So basically, and also if you click on them, you can see their musket range. This is their range with which they can fire. And so they're in the range of a majority of the units, and these are all melee units. So let's see, they have bowmen. They have one unit of bowmen, and the rest are armed tribesmen or the warrior band. So we have 3 units of just melee units and 1 unit of a ranged unit. That's not great because it's when in these early years when you're fighting, you really have an advantage because all your units are ranged units and they can melee when they need to. So basically, this is all really good. And all these units will gain experience. As you can see now, John Smithman has 1 experience bar, and so do these guys because they were part of the original landing group. Now, getting experience helps the units not break as fast, helps just improve them overall. So we don't want to get too cocky here. We want to keep the line tight. We want to advance it so we can get better advantage on them. Spread out a little bit more, get more men in the line so we can fire more muskets at once. That's another thing too. You want to keep in these early years when the front line just fires and the back fills in, then you should have wider, bigger lines, more spread out, this way. However, later on you'll get a technology where the first line fires, they bow down, the second fires over them, and they do that thing. I don't think the back can fire, but the first couple rows will fire, kneel, and repeat that process. And by the time the last one has fired, the front is reloaded, and then it'll continue suit. So then smaller, chunkier lines would be better because more lines will be able to fire. But in these early years, you want to keep these units wide so they can fire into these guys. So let's just move these guys forward just a tiny bit. I mean, this game doesn't look the best out of, all of them, but it's my absolute favorite. There you go. It's actually the first time I've seen this battle go this way, where the Indians are just standing here. They're just taking it. Usually they come right at me. They assault all my units. But right now, we can just sit here and fire. Now, I should also mention, if you're not playing with, cheat engine on it and you're casual, but you're just playing legit, every unit does have an ammo limit. It's this little green bar next to all of them. So they can't really fire forever. Now, it's a lot of ammo they can carry. A lot, really. It's a lot. But for the majority part, they probably won't run out, but if they do, they turn into melee units, so you can just send them in, and that'd be fine. That's why it's important to move up on your enemy quickly and get them to, run early. Because if you don't, then you're going to end up running out of ammo, and then you have to use them as melee units, and then you have a more likely chance of losing. Now, I'm taking a bit of a risk here because moving up my lines continuously, which is a good thing because you keep pressing the enemy, and closer range allows better accuracy, so you kill more. But they haven't really attacked, which is putting a damper on any plans of ending this battle quickly. Now, in this game, you have a choice of 4 time things. You can have a 20-minute limit, a 40-minute limit, a 60-minute limit, or no limit. I always go for 60 just in case, because a battle could, if you put no limit on, could take literally forever. But if you put 20 minutes, the battle could come out not in your favor, even though you probably could have turned it around. So for now, we're just gonna keep it at 60. I think that's a good time because it gives us pretty much an hour to do a battle. If it takes an hour, I'll cut some of these bits out so you don't have to see all of it, but a condensed version. But we should be getting close here, so we can actually fast forward and speed it up a little bit. I don't know where those bowmen went. I'm a little scared because when they can go off the map like that, they'll probably sneak up behind me and start ravaging. It's really cool too, the sped up view. You can see a little pew, little puffs of smoke from the muskets. They're dropping like flies over here. As you can see, their ammo's starting to go down. So I'm going to take this whole line. Let's go to normal here. Take this whole line and form up. This is a risk because now I'm forming one line. That's what I like to do. I like to form one, and I do like to do this strategy-wise, to do one big line to oppose another big line. This is how they kind of did it back in the day. You know, one big line to oppose them all. But this is really risky because then if you engage all your units at once to another single line, then any flanking units, you have to break off a unit, which could also be side-fired or attacked from the side or the back when they're dealing with these units. But we do have an extra command unit of John Smith up here, so if those bowmen do end up flanking us, we do have a unit to fight back with. Doubtedly not a good one since he contains our general, but we're going to ignore that and just let it hold anyway. So what's up with these guys? Did they just decide to give up, or is Darthmod not work on these early battles? I mean, the effects do, so I'm guessing it's working. I have no idea. Let's speed through that real quick. My ammo's dropping. I don't like that. Now the ammo does refill after every single battle automatically. And the troops, if you lose any, can replenish as long as you go and select them and hit the punish button. Oh crap! We got action. So they were waiting until the very last minute. They're the bowmen, or the warrior band and the bowmen. So they chose to attack right, a good chunk into the battle. We got 48 minutes left. Down from 60. They waited, and now they're they're all broken. They're all wavering and running away. Because they let us, all of my units, pound them absolutely for so long, and then when they finally decide to attack, they're so worn out that they instantly get broken and routed. Anyone shattered? Nope, they're all just broken. This one's wavering. Yeah, they didn't use these bowmen at all. They literally could have flanked around over to my right and they could have nailed these the 1st Militia Regiment. But they didn't. So they're going to try and put them here and get some bows out, which they will. We have lost a few. The best part about this, actually, the Native American units, or the Native Indian units, whatever you want to say, it really doesn't matter, are really interesting because I bought the DLC that allows you to play as the Indian nations and go and use their units, whatever. It's really cool because a lot of their units are really effective. Their melee especially is really effective. But I still prefer playing as the European nations because they're just they're a lot better. They're a lot more fun. This is another top tip for Total War strategies. This is kind of like 101, but you should know it. Running your units up here and just letting my muskets fire into you and then not doing anything, running away, is completely bad because now I'm just laying into you and you're doing nothing to stop it. Just like you were before, but even worse because now we're closer. We can really get into you. So you got broken armed tribesmen that are running in a single file line. Well, at least they're organized about it. All right, well, let's speed this up. This was going to be interesting for a little bit, but okay, got more arrows. We got more people dying. I'm running out of ammo here. Broken, steady, wavering. Time to press my advantage. See, this is a very risky move because they can move into here at any time. But I'm hoping that these couple units form up, keep some suppressive fire on them. This is what I'm going to call pushing my advantage. I'm going to keep John Smith on the hill here. But I'm going to form up these units much closer so it cuts off their angle of attack really shallow here. Really sharply, or whatever you want to say. I have a better killing angle, they're going to route faster, and we get this battle over with. So I'm running out of ammo, and, we've used 15 minutes already. this one battle. In game time. Real life, I have no idea, but all I know is some editing is going to have to be done. And we won! Victory's mine. Heroic victory, woohoo. We won. Hurrah, hurrah for the small guy. To be fair, they did have a lot more men. Like I said, they deployed 1,350 and I deployed 975. They lost all of them. I lost only 18. Aha.
Oh, you have successfully captured the village of Werawakamoko and are well on the way to reducing the threat to Jamestown. The condition of victory for completing this episode is to capture the village of Shakamax.
Okay. Okay. We gotta capture the new one. So we're gonna repair that. We're gonna replenish our army. Okay. Region captured. Probably tobacco. This is Virginia. Alright, so we're gonna save. Okay. So here's the thing. Once we do this, it'll be the final part of the episode, because there's 4 episodes. Well, 3 episodes and then the Independence whole thing, but yeah. So I think after we capture this, we can end the episode, because it'll be a nice, short, concise one. So let's end the turn. We're just going to keep ending it until our army is fully replenished here. Okay, it is. And black smoke should stop rising from that real soon. But until then. So we're going to recruit 2 of these units. And we are going to move them over here because the army is going to move out. John Smith's army is going to move out towards this next village and is going to hammer home. Oh, 5 of 7. Okay, I can only have 7 of these units. So while I can, I'm going to max out my numbers, or bulk up my numbers, I should say. So the threat is save that. 16 turns in. Probably shouldn't take this long, but I do want to ensure that this isn't going to be a very long, arduous thing. Okay, so what do the odds look like? So I have 75 more men than they do. And they have skirmishers, melee infantry. So they have 2 units of bowmen and 2 melee. Interesting. Alright, let's fight her. So I hope you guys do enjoy this video. It is, I know it's not the most exciting game to some, but I love it. It's a great game. Oh, this is that battle where you just deploy instantly. Forget get no deploy time. Oh, this is interesting, actually, because we're on opposite sides now. I'm not saying that, like, you know, it's a joke or anything. No, this is literally, most of the time, we deploy here, you know, over here, and then we have to defend from attack over here. But now this is different. Probably should speed you all up. We do have a lot of men here, which is good, because the more we have, the more muskets we have, and the better and the more we can kill. I'll expand my lines here, more musket fire, better coverage. These guys now are itching for a fight, because they're coming right at me. But for this battle too, I've noticed, even without this mod, and even in the vanilla game, they like to run sideways straight into you without actually doing anything. However, they are launching arrows at us, which is not a good thing. And here we'll go into melee combat. Now we do have swords, so we do have some advantage, and we do a little bit better, but they have... But I've experienced that the tomahawk warriors, the ones with the tomahawks and the axes, do a whole lot better against plain excuse me, against plain European units that just have the uniforms and whatnot. As you can see, we've shattered one unit, we've broken another. Really is coming full circle here. Reloading. Alright, so we won that fairly quickly and quite easily, which is good because, unlike the other one, it was not 15 minutes long. Anyway, so this should end the chat. This should end the episode and get us into the next one. Oh, never mind. I guess it was a different. Ooh, I'm gonna save, and I'm gonna break the siege actually, because I want to replenish my units, and then we'll assault.
Yes, sir. Awaiting further orders. Attack!
We're gonna siege them for a couple turns.
Lifting siege.
Nice. Colonization of the New World is successful. Thanks to your efforts, the Jamestown settlement has prospered. No longer reliant on the food from England, the settlers can start amassing wealth and expanding Britain's colonies in America. The Jamestown settlement has made a good start, but complacency is a dangerous thing. As word of successful colonization of the New World spreads, more people arrive from the Old World. Other European nations have taken note of your success. They are too looking to expand in the New World with a view to possible expansion of their own interests. Although vast, these American lands are not endless. Confrontation is inevitable. Alright.
As time went by, hostilities between the natives and settlers began to fade, and more ships carrying the hopeful arrived daily. Over the next 100 years, the population swelled, and the fight for territory began. Both the British and the French set their sights on the valuable Ohio Valley. And when the French built a line of forts across the valley, I was sent to demand the instant withdrawal of their troops. They refused, and the British retaliated by sending an army under General Braddock to take the valley by force. I was unlucky enough
Getting the
to
weird
be an
thing again.
officer in that army. Braddock's
Basically skip this,
limited
sorry.
knowledge of
All my automatics are screwed up.
The French have established a series of forts in the Ohio Valley. These forts are well defended and
Basically, take the forts. Alright, diplomatic. Very friendly. We can.
now that you have negotiated an alliance with the Iroquois,
Okay. So we're going to save here. And we have the Fort Niagara to conquer. But until that point, we're just going to end her here. So thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this. If you would like another episode, please leave a like and, well, comment. If there's any other games you'd like me to play, let me know. I do want to play EU4, which is not as exciting as this game. That's why I want to start a series in this game first, because this game is a little more action-packed. EU4 is a little more boring and in-depth and political, but I'd still like to play it. Either way, I hope you had a good time watching, and like, subscribe if you want, and all that yada yada. So thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you on the next episode. Goodbye.